Hello, APers. Okay, so we are back, and let's take a look at our schedule. We are now looking at December, Tuesday the 13th. I'm having a blast in Peru now. I'm probably on the beach or something like that, just relaxing with the family, having a great time. How's class going? Yeah, so I'm in two places at one time. Hermione Granger, you ain't got nothing on me. All right, if you got that reference, you are a Harry Potter nerd. Let's continue. All right, so it's Tuesday, the 13th, 11:30 to 12:30. So it's 11:30 right now, or I probably wasted a minute already. Let's begin by doing this. We're going to need to do three things right now. What those three things are going to be. Number one, you are going to have to hand in your 4.1 Part 1 work packet with your two SAQs. So make sure those get handed in. So what do those look like? Well, this is our 4.1 packet right here. Make sure that gets turned in. You can turn that into our substitute teacher. It will be added up with the vocab test that you took yesterday. Like normal, when I get back, I will grade those and I will get those back to you. All right? And also, let's take a look at our as you are handing these in, you will need to get a couple other things. So if our awesome substitute teacher could have these all prepared, what we'll do is you'll hand in your packets, put them on the front center table like we normally do, and also on the front center table, let's have the map test ticket right there. So you'll hand your packet in, then make sure you get one of these, which is our map test ticket for Era 4. That's going to be some fun. We got this test coming up. Also, what you're going to need to take is your packet 4.1 Part 2. So, 3 steps. Step 1, hand in your packet from 4.1 Part 1 with your SAQs. Get your test ticket, and also get your 4.1 Part 2 packet. Make sure that you have all of those. Let's take about 5 minutes and make sure we all get those down. All right, let's do it. Okay, now all of those have been handed in, and make sure they're turned in. Once we have all 4.1 Part 1, the work packet and the SAQs, get those in. If you're not done right now, get them to the substitute teacher as soon as possible. Mr. or Mrs. Substitute Teacher, if those come in, not right now, but a little bit later, like later in the day or tomorrow, take them, but if you could just please write late on them, I will talk with the student about that later. All right, let's take a look here, and we're first going to work on our map test ticket. This test is going to be tomorrow, first thing when you come into class at 11:30. Test will begin at 11:30. All right, and then we'll look at our packet here real quick. We're not going to spend as much time on this, but I want it in your hands because Part 1 of this packet is due on Friday, December 16th. Let's take a look at the test ticket for the map right away. So here it is. Here is the first part of it. It says Map 1. If you don't have this, make sure you get a copy. Make sure it gets handed out to you. For our teacher, if not everybody has it, make sure everybody has this in their hands. So take a look at it. We got land empires and maritime empires there, and let's look at what we're supposed to do here. All of the information comes from Friedmanpedia. So if you're on Friedmanpedia, you go to AP World History, and then you'll go to Early Modern Era. This also will be linked under Early Modern Maps on my website. So you'll scroll down, and for the first part of the map, U is right here. And if you look at this map right here, you will be able to answer all of Part 1 by using that map. So you guys, if you don't have a phone, what I did was I booked the computer lab today. So you can use the computer lab and go to Friedmanpedia to get this done. Or you can work with somebody. Make sure you get this done and filled out today because our test is tomorrow. So there's Part 1. And there's the part on Friedmanpedia you used to fill it out with land empires right there and maritime empires right there. Part 2 of our maps is about explorers. And what I do on explorers is I scroll down a little bit, and here are the explorers. There's the name of all the explorers and the routes they took. And you will be responsible for putting those routes on this map here. And again, this map test is tomorrow, so let's make sure we get this done and study tonight. This is pretty much your one big job that you have today. I would say big duty, but that sounds too much like poop. You knew I was going to make at least one poop joke, didn't you? All right, let's move ahead. Map 3. So this is the third map. You may go to this one on your packet. And again, on Freedompedia. So I'm looking for Columbian Exchange. It looks like Columbian Exchange-y. Yep, it is. That's the Columbian Exchange. So look at this map here. We have all these goods going back and forth from what's called the Old World, Asia, Europe, and Africa, to the New World, which is the Americas. Not America, but the Americas. So I take a look at the map, and then I draw the Columbian Exchange on here, and I have to put at least 5 products that went from the Americas to Eurasia, and at least 5 products or diseases that went from Eurasia and Africa to the Americas. And again, you do that with this map here on Freedompedia. All right, let's look at our next part. This part of the map is test ticket is all parts that we have learned about, so you can use old packets, old maps from Freedompedia, and just put what region they are in. If you can be more specific and use this map, go for it. I put this map here too because it has like Europe, for example. But if you can put West Africa instead of Africa. You'll get more points if you're more specific. So this is the test that is for tomorrow. Now, also handed out to you was 4.1. Where is it there? Oh, part 2. So 4.1 part 2, you also have this. Your duty, your assignment also is that this part 1, 4.1, part 1, needs to be done not by tomorrow, but 4.1, part 1, needs to be done by Friday the 16th. Okay? So, fill your map test ticket out, go over it and study for the test tomorrow. Then 4.1, part 2, the first part of that packet is going to be due on Friday the 16th. That is our plan for today. So what I will now do is allow our substitute teacher to let you guys go to, you can stay in the classroom and work on it. You may go to the computer lab. Let's see what lab we have open. We have lab 4 today, so you may go to lab 4 to get this work done. So with that, I will give you guys the rest of the class to work. Make sure you're using your time wisely. The map test is tomorrow, and part 2, first part of 4.1, part 2, is due on Friday. All right, you guys may get to work.